Hello. Happy Friday. Right before I started this video, it was Rip. I love Yellowstone. I'm a big fan of Yellowstone. Rip and Beth. And he's like, Beth, let's put the crazy away. Yeah, it goes a little something like that. Let's put the crazy away. I know I got a little crazy side to me. Sometimes I can put it away. Sometimes I can't. I know that about myself. It is what it is. I think everybody needs to be a little bit crazy up in this world. This world be a bit crazy, so you would expect people to be a little crazy. That would make sense. That said, I took today off. I am slightly depleted. Something about me is like, I go 150 miles per hour. I really do. I don't know. I just get so locked in. And I'm so locked in on my purpose, on my journey, on my path, that I'm just not going to let anything get in the way of that. Anyone, anything, any illusion, any tactic, any chaos, manipulated chaos, any manufactured stories, manufactured debates, manufactured whatever. You know, it's one of those things. To each to their own. But that's where I'm at in my walk. And so that being said, because I am so locked in, the way that I operate, when I am locked in on something, I am locked and loaded. That's how I go. That's how I've been my entire life. In relationships, in my previous marriage, companies I work for, friendships that I've had, friendships that I carry now. You know, that's how I am. I know that about myself. The difference between me now and me then is I know when it's time to pull back and rest and regroup and process the things that I pick up on, because I'm learning not to move in emotion, but learn to move in logic. So knowing when I'm in circumstances or situations how to handle it with logic and not emotion, given the circumstances of the manufactured uniqueness that people do intentionally because they're living a lie. They're playing their part in the movie, essentially. And I pick up on that. And so once I pick up on things like that, I move accordingly and I move in logic to the best of my abilities. I fall short sometimes, don't get me wrong. I am human. But it's just where I'm at, you know? And it's hard. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's extremely hard. Last night, I went to a going away dinner, and it amazed me by the lack of tact that people carry. And it generally stems from misery. Misery. Misery loves company. And when people are miserable or they're living a miserable life, they don't carry tact a lot of the times. They like to make people feel miserable as well because they are miserable. And it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see just the things that come out of people's mouths to other people, just to tear them down in different ways because they're just not happy in their own life. And in different ways, they don't even do it intentionally. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you find yourself in a world and you look around you and you recognize, you're like, wow, I'm not even happy. I'm not happy in my life. I'm not happy with who I'm with. I'm not happy with the companies I work for. I'm not happy with the amount of money I have. I'm not happy, right? And then you find yourself unhappy and miserable in different ways. So then you go into this world unintentionally being grumpy, being untactful, saying things that you shouldn't say, asking questions that are none of your business. Oh, there's a bird outside my door, my window. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I just saw a red cardinal out my window too, literally looking at me. I saw two sharding. I saw two shooting stars Not last night, but the night before, at the same time. The same time, immediately when I walked outside in the backyard, there's 2 shooting stars. And the last shooting star was the day after Charlie Kirk passed away. So I hadn't seen one since September. And it was 2 at the same time. I've never seen that. It was really, I needed that. I needed that. That's how I find God and the universe and the Most High and the divine and spirit. Like, I connect. I can pick up on these with the birds, with, things like that, clouds. Synchronicities and patterns. I just pick up on all of it, and I just see how God and the universe and the divine kind of speaks to me, let me know I'm in the right path, I'm moving and operating the right way, just keep on your course type thing. And so it's just confirmation for me. Everybody has their own signs. They have their own synchronicities that they carry within themselves. And you have to connect with yourself in order to adopt it and be able to see it. That said, and so at that dinner, I was just, I have been through so much when it comes to just people tearing me down and asking open-ended questions or condescending questions, and just being mean, And that's something I've grown up with in a lot of different ways, because people are threatened. And you don't even recognize that you're doing this when you are threatened. And so it's just something I picked up on, but I know how that feels. I know how that makes somebody feel when you're on the receiving end of that. So when I find myself in the presence of people being treated like this, or I see it, I immediately go into my justice role, and I'm like, hey, no, and I try to handle it as tactful and diplomatic and curve the conversation as fast as I can, because I know what that feels like. I am one of those people, although I've been battered and bruised and made fun of and smear campaign and the laundry list is clear. Drug addict, all this crap. Just ask the freaking peanut gallery. Ask everybody in your group chat. They'll tell you. I've walked through all this betrayal, pain, hurt, all of it, but never. Because I've walked through all of this and I know what it feels like. I know with a beacon, I just know the pain and the hurt and the tears that come from that. I know there is no way on God's green earth that I would ever want to make anyone feel that way by intention. Furthermore, when I see people going through these things, I want to make sure to help them get themselves out of that circumstance in whatever way I can. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to speak my truth? That I'm not going to share my testimony, share my story? And when I share my testimony and I share my story and I share the truth, it does hurt people because they know what part they played in it. And I'm sorry for that. I don't share it because I want to hurt people, truthfully, because at the end of the day, I've already forgiven them all. And I hope that they're happy. I hope that they're elevating. I hope they're being better people, truthfully, not only for themselves, but for their family, for the children. I hope they're pouring better into this world. This world deserves it. Humanity deserves it. Right? But it's just one of those things. I think we have lost sight of tact, diplomacy, integrity, dignity, ethics, truth, true truth. Not manufactured, not for clickbait, not for riding the coattails, not for the inability to give people their flowers because you were on the wrong side of wrong and you believed 25% of a story that you knew was untrue. You knew it was untrue because you know the part you played in it. This is what trips me out, And it's one of those things. But we have to be more tactful when we talk to people. Think before you speak. Try to move in logic. When you go up to a gas station and you're checking out, take 5 seconds, get off the phone, stop the conversation, tell them you'll call them right back. Have a conversation with the attendant that's checking you out, making close to nothing, probably have 3 jobs. And probably getting railroaded at work and not making anything. So take 5 seconds.